Hello, welcome back, everybody. We are on a new channel. We are on my channel, so the war room's going through. I'm gonna just mute our guest for a second here. We have the war room. We're on my channel, and for the first time ever, Jester's on the show on my channel.
Yeah.
So
normally you take over when I'm on vacation, which I will be in a couple of weeks. So this will be the first time I ever get to see how you do things, and I can keep you under control. No, I can't.
we'll see. I can always mute you if I want.
You could put him on the naughty step now. Yeah.
So, and of course, Ruff, how's it going? We had our battle last night, which was
brilliant.
Really cool.
Great fun. We were. What did we say? We were flying the plane while we were building it. It was a little bit.
Yes.
Mike wasn't there.
He was driving his car,
but we had Camp Sawyer there and a couple of others that were steering us right. Fantastic. We agreed to draw in the end because you demastered my flagship with my commander on, wounded my commander, so it was just floating around, and I'd turned one of your ships over. Called enough. So we decided to call it a day. But what a great game!
It was great.
Yeah.
And live, we actually have a live correspondent from Consim World Expo in Tempe. Mike, how are you doing?
Reporting from sunny Tempe, Arizona, with a beautiful temperature of 115 degrees.
Bloody freezing here.
Yeah, a little nippy in here. Thank God we got the air conditioning cranked.
Got the air conditioner going. So Mike, what are you playing while you're there? I know you're playing something today. What you got going on today?
Today, spin around. Let me get my camera turned for you guys so you can see what's going on here.
All these temptations for you. No, I gotta do that. Purposely go to lunch because.
All right, here we go. All right, so we have today. We've got Chase of the Bismarck. There's Kai Jensen's playing with us, and my buddy Jordan, Jerome, and Alan. They're the bad guys. They're the Germans. We are hunting down the Bismarck, and we have her caught right up here in this corner, and we're about to send planes in and engage with our surface units. So
you know what the opposition has just done, Mike? They've just turned they've got their phones on.
I know. Look,
the war room and looking
where we are right now.
Yeah.
Dirty bastards.
Move away.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, so Mike, why don't you take us around, see what we've got going on, and kind of show off for people that haven't been there, so we can let you get back to your game. But we definitely want to see what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's just a pan of the main ballroom here, and I'll do a little walk around for you guys. I'll start out in the foyer. So this is the main ballroom here, where everybody is doing their thing. Then come out this way. We have we have the foyer area. There's a lot of playtest games, like Legion Games has Year of Destiny that they're playtesting for people. We got VUCA simulations. I think everybody's out to lunch right now. Maybe they'll come back, but here's VUCA's table. They've got some stuff here. So yeah, the foyer looks like this. Looks like they've got a demo copy of Red Strike.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Here.
can't wait. Yes.
Red Strike is here. It looks like about a bajillion maps.
It
and
is.
Counters.
And a bajillion
Right.
counters.
Yeah, that's that. We'll go back inside and we'll take a look around. Just give you guys some games that are being played. You can check out the crazy stuff that's going on here. Kind of trumpets is set up. Being played. Look at this fancy game. We've got styrofoam and plexiglass all lifting this up. Another trumpet's being played with lots of pieces. Tony, what is this one again?
It's a GTS. I'm pretty sure that's the greatest day. It's the brown box. So yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. It's the greatest day.
And it looks like they're doing the entire scenario. Yep.
Oh yeah. This will be played all week long.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's going to be a big one.
That is a big one. We've got the Compass game. Walk over here. I'll show you.
Now, just so you guys know, this is the first day, so you guys jumping on. So there'll probably be a lot more stuff over the next day or so that'll be set up. It's kind of so there's stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys know this one.
Yeah, that's the big map. That's the Hermanators.
Yeah, that's your favorite designer right there.
Yep.
Well, no, Mike. You are tied with the Herminator.
Oh, Tide. There we go. Play testing. Here's some play testing, some blind sword stuff from. Is this one yours, John?
It's
Steve, I'm sorry, John. Steve Carey.
Yeah, this is Shiloh, which is part of the Revolution Blind Sword series.
Oh, this is Shiloh.
Right, this will be out.
Yeah, I recognise the player aids.
late
Yeah,
spring
they're definitely.
of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. There you go. That's an idea for you.
Oh, that works. That'll.
It works.
Yeah.
The only problem is, though, I think they'd multicolored peanuts, and I go,
Might be you go for the snacks, but you actually pick up the
There's
chits
Jeff.
and start eating.
There's Jeff Grossman right there at the end of the table. Say hi, Jeff. He's Liberty Cuba Libre
Oh, okay.
designer. Yeah, designer of
gotcha.
Cuba Libre.
I love the beard.
Oh, Ethan. So this is what they're playing here.
You just love anyone with hair, Ruff.
This is a big one. There's a lot of monster games going on. Day of Days, Normandy.
What is
going on over here?
Great opportunity to play these huge.
Yeah, that's what they
That's-
call. I mean, this is like the nickname of this con is a Monster Con.
Everybody gets their monster
So-
games up, right?
Lots of monster games.
Oh, that's it's either Virgin Queen or Here I Stand. One of the two.
Yeah, one of those two.
Yeah.
Very popular game. As I said at PunchCon, there was loads of people playing it. I'll say loads. It was, there was quite a few.
This game's not that big, but it sure does have a lot of counter trades around.
Oh, they may only have like one or two counters in them.
Yeah, probably. And then we'll work our way back over here. And I'll show you Jerry's stuff. Then we have, there we go. This is your buddy's game here, Tony.
You can't play them all. Can't play them all.
Vietnam.
That's very good.
Oh, next war
Oh,
Vietnam.
which?
No,
Next one?
Mitch is,
Mitch is,
Mitch is Vietnam.
Vietnam.
65
Yes,
to
75,
75.
75.
There's that. A little bit of glare on that one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
the remake,
re-release,
the old
yeah.
Vietnam. Yeah,
I believe
that's
this
the
is
North
Mark's.
Africa one, isn't it?
I believe this is Mark Simonich's table.
Okay, that's the Simonich, the new one for
Yep, he's
after
here. I saw.
41.
Yeah,
Yep, that's
unmistakable North Africa coastline there,
Yes, yeah. You can always pick out a North Africa game for sure. That's
and
for
the
sure.
color. And
flea market going on. And then over here, this one's kind of near and dear to old Ruff's.
Look at that.
Pacific Chase. For all you Chase fans. US side. Japanese side. And
Nope, they won't fit on my desk. That's for sure.
This is 22 by 34.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
was
a
Oh,
probably
this game, this one.
Yeah.
No, Edward was
Yeah.
talking about the other one.
some of the other
Oh.
larger ones. Yeah.
As I said in the green room when you showed us that with the arrow, I don't think it's cricket. You were giving the enemy an idea where you are with that big arrow.
Yep. And then here's Jerry's. Oh, this side. His.
Oh, is this the Civil War submarine game?
Oh,
Yes.
the
Yep.
Infernal Machine. Yeah.
Infernal Machine.
I
Yeah.
ordered that because it's so quirky.
Yep, it's very, very cool. All playtest art right now, but
Yeah, sure. It'll be a
Jerry's
while.
Jerry's playtest art is pretty awesome.
Yeah. For playtest art, that's pretty good. I'll say that.
Hey, steal his
Oh, yeah.
hat. He's not there. Steal his hat.
So yeah, that's a look at this place. I'll just sit down over here real quick and I'll sign off in a second. I'll get where it's a little quieter.
Do you know what, Mike? Because you've left the game, they've probably lost the Bismarck now.
Yeah.
They probably did.
Looks great.
Yeah, looks like so. That was Mike. I appreciate you offering to do this because a lot of people might not know like what to expect at some of these cons, and I know this one's a big one. If you want to see playtest games, like this is the con you really go to because they really show off a lot of the playtests and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'll let you get back to sinking the
All right.
Bismarck. So
Thanks,
thank
Mike.
you very much,
Thanks,
Mike.
buddy. Thanks.
And
All right, guys.
good luck. Talk to you later.
Have a great
Yep,
time.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Thanks, buddy.
That was cool.
All right. Yep, that was cool. So thank you, Mike, for that. I appreciate that. He offered it up, and we did a little technology test before about 3:00 today to make sure it would work. So, because there's always that one thing where you're like, okay, is this going to work? Are we going to have anything? So,
Yeah. We all like to have a look around conventions. I mean, when I did mine at Little Punch Con, that was good fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait now. Now I've seen that. I can't wait for next year for our little one to happen again.
And before we get any further, thanks, Kyle, for mentioning that I totally did not add the right thing on my banner, but the War Room will be back on ID's Jester channel next week. The topic next week is 10 war games in your collection that everyone should try and play at least once. I think that's a great topic. I really do.
Yes, of course it's a great topic. I think that's awesome. And so you guys come prepared with your top 10 list next week.
And luckily my collection's big enough. I think I can
You've lost it. All I can see is cabbage is growing. What's going on there?
Cabbage.
No, that's so anybody that walks by me doesn't get on camera or anything, because who knows what goes on behind me. And
who knows? Yes, when they forget your streaming.
Yeah. Alistair says Ticket to Ride.
I've not heard of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
if you haven't played Ticket to Ride, you are missing out. It's an awesome game.
Yeah. So Herman, did you see your game being played? The Most Fearful Sacrifice was there. He got that on there. So a little plug to you on that one. So we want to thank everybody for that. So I kind of want to see how things go. Like, thanks everybody. I kind of try to put you up and say hi to you as you came in. So We usually do that virtual, say hi, but Mike was great to jump on and while he was playing, so we wanted to get to that. So, but thanks everybody for jumping in and coming in and saying hi. And yeah, they had a Shiloh one is a new blind source.
Yeah.
So that one was new. So what happens in the cabbage field stays in the cabbage field. Well, considering their vineyards, so that's great.
No, don't give me that. They're big cabbages.
He's drinking the wine. That's what he's doing.
Cabbage. You can make wine out of cabbage, incidentally. Cabbage wine.
I don't know if I want to drink it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I used to make wine in back in the day, and you can make it out of anything. There's tomatoes and lilac is about the only. Oh, and yew, which is poisonous, about the only things you can't. Everything else you can.
So, guys, what did you guys get in this week? So, Jester, did you get anything in this week?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
That makes a change.
I know. I got in.
Oh, it came.
Yes, got a CD
System
diesel.
2, which is got Pursuit of Glory, Command and Color, Medieval, 1960, Making It a President, World War II, Barbarossa the Balloon.
I'm waiting for that.
Command and Colors, Napoleons. I don't know if I'll ever see that. And Wilderness. These are the games that come with this one. And I am now one of the very few people in the United States, in the world. I'm probably only one of 10 people that own every single coin game. It's my Liberty or Death. The only one I was missing has finally been republished, and I didn't want to spend the $150 they wanted it in the black market to get it. I said, I'll just wait. So now I've got them all, baby. I got them all. I'm the proud owner of every single coin game. So
by the fall sale, I will be. So
that's and then not war game, but I also picked up the Pathfinder 2nd edition rule book as well.
You're getting into that heavily, aren't you?
Holy cow, this thing would kill you if it fell on you.
Yeah, but you're getting into that heavily, aren't you, Pathfinder? Yeah.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, it looks
really
good. But it's another rabbit hole.
That's the stuff that I got in this week. I didn't get much, just the one box. But I got, I think, like 8 scheduled for next week. So we'll see.
Okay, Ruff, did you get anything in this week?
No.
Oh, really?
No, because I had mine in early. You're retrieving yours now. I've had mine in weeks.
Yeah.
But I've not got anything else. And the next thing that's due in is Pursuit of Glory, I think. Yeah, and then
I don't know when they do this.
It's sometime like October, November, something along those lines. Because I usually get a couple games, hand them to Karen, and say, "Here are my Christmas presents."
I think it's at the end of October. I think.
Yeah,
right.
Because they don't want to interfere with shipping out games on the holiday time, so they're going to try and get that done ahead of time.
Yeah, it does take a while. Once you do order them, it does take a little while for you to get them because they have so much that they're getting ready. So, but it's that. Well, I also got what you got, Jester, the CDs.
That's cool. Yeah, we got that as well. Yeah.
And then I got Plantagenet, which will be
the fantastic box art. Fantastic.
Oh, yes. I love it. Actually, the map art's better, but it's not as cool as like Liberty or Death has the best map art I've ever seen, and I don't care what anybody says. But this will be the last Levian campaign that I pick up. I've got to start playing them before I pick up anymore. So,
this is the problem, isn't it? Well, you've got plenty to talk about next week. Levian campaign, yeah.
Yeah. The Plantagenet, and also I like the topic. Like, this is one of the topics that I knew about because, War of the Roses, all that other good stuff, the Yorks, the Reds, the Whites. It's all good. So it was something that I picked up. Cousins War for England. Of course, they're all related,
I got that one. It's ordered. I also have North Africa, but I didn't order those with my original order, so those got postponed. They'll be here next week. Yeah.
Okay.
I decided to go ahead and do the Levy campaign series because I know that the original one called
Nevsky.
Nevsky wasn't really well. I don't want to say it wasn't well received. I want to say it was for a new series. Just wasn't as exciting as people thought. But then starting with the second game in the series, which was what?
Elmer
Ovid. They changed some of the rules and stuff, and people. I think it's a much better series. I think this is one of these games. As they come out with games, they add things to it and they change it a little bit to make it a little better. And I think the more the more you're later in the series, the better a game it will be.
Well, it's also one of those things. Each topic is totally different in some cases. So they've changed.
I can't click on comments, but Jeff has a comment that says it was tremendously popular.
Yes, they've already got a second.
I would argue with that. The fact that I can literally go to the secondhand market and still pick up those games for like $60.
Well, they did do a second print of it, didn't they?
And here's the thing: they're updating Nevsky to the second edition. And they're reprinting it with the new rules,
with updated rules and stuff.
With the
new it was the first game of the series.
It was the first one.
Yeah. So yeah. But I have it. I do want to get into it. I have the first 4. So I have Nevsky, Elmer Ovid, Inferno, and Plantagenet. So I have enough to keep me busy when I really want to go through it.
I think it's going to be. I think this is one of these ones that would be really, really good if there was more coverage and people understood more about them. Like when you go and type in to try and find games on it, there's not that many videos on it, like how to play videos or anything, like tutorial videos. Like I know Ruff talked about it last week that, these game designers and manufacturers that come to people and say, here, show people how to play my game.
Yeah, they're doing it. I mean, Zella Blitz is doing it with Lock and Load Tactical. They must have had a conflab, and he's doing a series, which is what you should be doing to bring it to bring it to life.
I know Gimpy did a series with it, but
Gimpy did that. Yeah, that was a while ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
But the thing is the way he did it by role base, and it seems like Zilla's kind of do it situational based, like how things work as a situation, while Gimpy did it as like, okay, here's movement. Here's how you move. So, and some people learn that way. Other people learn, like, I think I'm more of the experience. Show me how it works as you're doing it. Like, don't just tell me this is movement. Show me how it moves in the middle of a game.
Well, at the moment, I'm watching combat. Videos. Dad versus son, and some old Tony Holt videos. Yeah. And I learn better like that rather than somebody going, right, here's this. Because I think Rocky's War Room did videos on it, but he was doing movement. He was doing terrain and all that, a bit like Gimpy did. I prefer just to watch the game and them explaining it a bit as they go along, sort of thing. So that's going to go on my poll, by the way, because I'm picking a couple of the ones that people suggested, and I'm going to pick a couple as well, and maybe combat's going on there.
Yeah, you picked that up a while ago, and it's been sitting on the shelf.
It's been sitting on my shelf. Yes. And it's not so anyway, I've done the unboxing for Combat 2, so I've got to do something.
Yeah.
And I tell you what I did. I haven't done it. Didn't get round to it when it came out, but the Great Battles of Julius Caesar, started doing the unboxing of that, and I'm thinking, how do they get that in the box? There's a tremendous amount.
It's 2 box games.
Yeah.
From what it originally was, plus a whole bunch of expansions as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I got the one that wasn't included. I got that.
Oh, you got the Boudica?
Yeah, the Boudica one.
Queen. Yep.
So
you have to get that. It's like okay, I've got Julius Caesar. Now I need to get this one. So
that's not in the box.
The other thing that we should mention that we did this week, all 3 of us actually.
Yes. Well, I was getting to that.
All right.
Let him host it. Let him host it. He's got a list. I dare say
You're beating me too. Yeah, actually I do. But anyways, so we talked about what we got in. So what did we play? So Jester, That was a great segue, by the way.
I-
What did you play, or in this case, what did we all play on Tuesday?
Well, I'll let you talk about that.
Okay.
So I think that's more along the lines of the host job. And why am I all?
Well, then tell me, what did you play this week other than what we did
It's got all jerky and laggy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me just let it sync up here. Why don't you go to Rough and let me?
Okay, Ruff,
That's
what
okay,
did
looks better now.
what did you play this week?
What did I play this week?
Yeah. What did you
I
actually
played with
play?
a couple of ne'er-do-wells. That game we played with Herman.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about that, or do you want to talk about that?
No, you can talk about that. We can all talk about it because I think we all have different times.
Oh yeah, brilliant. Yeah. We played the second part of the Plum Island Horror on Tabletop Simulator, a sort of world exclusive. It's not been released. People are asking, "Oh, is it out yet? Has it been released?" No, we had special permission from Gene and the peeps at GMT, and Herman had to sign his life away to say, "No, these boys won't go off and nick the module or everything." So we did.
I'm selling it offline.
Selling it,
Black
yeah.
market, yeah.
But yeah, it looks good. It just looks very sort of quiche and vampy and all that. It looks brilliant. And we played it. And if you watch it, you'll see I had some trouble with some dice a little bit of the way through, which Herman and the rest of the gang thought was highly amusing. I was doing my edit. I couldn't understand why my dice were jumping up and down, sticking together, and yeah. But so, of course, much hilarity. But after that, we did have great fun. We finished it now. It wasn't we're not doing a complete game. We're just giving people the flavour of it, and hopefully we got some good comments. Because people are looking forward to it. So that was great fun. So that was a highlight of my week. What about you two?
Hey, you totally.
All right, for me, if I'm back
Yeah.
now, so
Yeah, it
what
looks
did I
like you're
do
good.
this week? I played Descent: Journey of the Dark First Edition. I played another new game on the channel, Cartographers. This is a roll and write game, and you can actually. This is a challenge I put out there because this is one of these games that you can download the map for free from the website, and then you can just follow along with me as I play and see because like a card will come up and it'll say put this shape and choose what your terrain is, and then you put that shape on your map, and you can put it in different areas and try to do different things. So as I play through the game, it's a challenge to see how well can you do, how many points can you score, and you don't need anything. All you need to do is download the map or print it out, and I show you how to do that. I played that. I played Mystic Vale. I played Ravenloft. I played Senseless.
That's a good game.
That's a D&D game, isn't it?
Yep.
It is a D&D game,
Yeah.
yes. And I would, if you guys haven't seen that episode, I would highly, highly recommend you go check it out. It was very entertaining. And watch all the way to the end because you're not going to believe what happened. So yeah, it was a busy week for me as usual. And of course, Tuesday night with Herman. And then of course, last Sunday we played Eldritch Horror with me, Ruff, and Phoenix Knight.
Oh, yeah.
So
Crikey, yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah, that was good fun as well.
You guys lost the world.
We didn't do too well. We were all optimistic.
it's not over. It's not over.
No,
right?
but we were all optimistic at the beginning of the session because this is okay, and then suddenly the game turned around and bit us in the backside.
It was a little brutal there for a little while. So it's not over yet. We've completed 2 mysteries now.
Yes,
We got one more to do.
we're hoping for it's a nice one.
But
Yeah.
we don't have much time left. Let's just put it that way.
I literally got on just to see how things were going, and I'm like, this city's destroyed. This city's destroyed. This city's destroyed.
There wasn't
I
a
felt
lot
like I
left.
was on Oprah and she was handing out gifts to everybody.
Even if the world gets saved, there's not going to be much left in the world.
Much left of it, yeah.
Oh,
So
I
it was
Yeah, I forgot to mention because you said Friday we played
Yeah.
Flying Colors.
Flying Colors, yeah.
What a great game that is.
That was so much fun.
Unfortunately,
Well, you played 3 things this week. You played with me and
Yeah.
Phoenix. You played with us and on Herman, and then you played with Tony.
Yeah, I'm doing the live streams. I'm not actually doing
Wow.
them, but I'm doing them. But yeah, it's great. I mean, but Flying Colors, the only thing I've got is that I thought I've got him. I came up close. I thought, right, let's give him the full barrage there. And those vassal dice, just people that are watching.
I was there once when you rolled a 0.
Yeah, and ones that I like rolling ones. Yeah, and it was terrible. So of course that was my chance gone, and he just came along and demastered my flagship, wounded my commander. I did do enough damage to one of his ships to flip it.
Yeah.
Did you ever get anything on fire?
No,
we thought we had, because there was a bit of confusion with the rules, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But no, you have to.
No fire.
The more hits you get on the rigging, the bigger the chance of fire. That's how it works. So we were getting it round the other way, and it was. But no, we didn't. There was I'd actually throw okay for that. There we go, Nordic. Yeah, you were there, Nordic. You can see how rubbish my dice throws were.
It was,
it's fun.
Well, it was bad for me too. I literally set you up for a rake where I could do 1 point, 50% more damage. And what do I roll? I roll a freaking rigging hit.
Yeah,
that doesn't do the damage. I'm like, serious. So both our die rolls were bad. We're bad at. But yeah, Russ.
But Nordic it plays solo nice as well. That's what I wanted to say. Sorry.
Yeah, like literally, Ruff came in and Tony, and they both like point blank broadsides, and they both like ended up doing like, I think Tony did like 2 or 3 rigging, and then Ruff did 1 rigging. I'm like, I was waiting for the big attack. What happened?
That was it. And then the dice.
That was it. Yeah. So
great game. Great.
It was a rough week for me. We had a little illness go through the family. Luckily, it missed me. Touch wood. It missed me, and school started back up. So I got to play Tuesday night, which was that was so much fun. I can't wait to get it so I can get me and Karen and 2 of our friends that like to play games to play it, because it's going to be a blast. I just can tell how much fun we're going to be laughing, rolling. Like
it's a game. It's a game where you're going to laugh and have fun.
And if you think you're going to beat it, forget about it.
If you got that stack, it was about that tall, wasn't it? It was like a monster game. It was like a hex encounter monster game with a stack that big.
I actually let me share my screen, because I actually have a couple of screenshots that I specifically.
Well, while you're getting that up,
give me a second here.
Yeah. So I did get to. So we got to play Tuesday, and then I got to play with Ruff yesterday, which was a blast. That was so much fun. I totally enjoyed it. It was so much fun. The fact when I dismasted your ship was kind of awesome, and the fact that you ended up rolling a 9 and roll like that was just funny. It was fun. So
all right, so this is our little adventure here. And I think that was at the start of the game. And you can see everything that's kind of out on the map. Here's some highlights of some of the different units. We got Ralph Norton there. You were purple, right, Tony?
Yeah, I was purple. Yeah. I did Ralph. Yeah. A sanitation engineer. Yep, definitely. So we actually got through a third of the game with those 2 sessions. So
here's one of the stacks.
Look at it.
One of the stacks of enemies that we came across. And then here's kind of our one hero unit there.
Yes, he did do good.
Cape Lord, and you can see the different hordes of enemies just advancing on their way. And that was it. I didn't take very many.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, that was good.
But I thought showing everyone that what we did would be cool.
Yeah, it was definitely good. It was definitely a good shot, and it was a lot of fun. And I really can't wait for that game to come out. So I found a new channel, by the way, that I came across. He's actually got about 500 or so subscribers, but it's Crosstown Gamer, and he focuses on Coin Games and playing the bots.
Ah, right.
So he's got, people. He was just doing a people power one
Oh,
with the bots.
so a good resource for people that want to play Coin solo.
Yep.
Good resource,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Here's what I'm going to say about the bots. And so go ahead, Crosstown Gamer. He's got 575 subscribers, 61 videos. He does a great job at explaining things as you're going through, especially with some of the bots aren't the easiest to understand. But I get that it really is one of those things. So he does a great job. And then he's very open. People will put comments about what he could have done better. You can learn from it. It's all good. So definitely, if you have any interest in Coin Games or like Coin Curious, check it out. Check out the games he's got. So he's got all of them, like you do, Jester. So he's got all of them. So it was.
Yep.
He's one of the
I've been a subscriber of his for a while. He does a really good job with the bots. If you want to learn how to play the games with the bots, he kind of goes over those really well. So
some of those tall stacks of zombies might have to break up poker chips for that.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Get a big old stack ready to go.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, I really enjoyed. I've been watching his Falling Sky, which is the one from ancient Rome versus Gaul type deal, and it's made me want to definitely.
I was so while you guys were doing your flying colors.
Yeah,
I think I've talked about this a couple times.
Yeah,
you guys normally start at 4 o'clock where I'm still at work, and then I leave work at 4:30 and I get home, and then so I catch like the end of your stuff. And so while y'all was catching the end of your show, I opened this up, and took all the pieces out and was organizing everything. And one thing that was kind of a little disappointing was this has the solo mode with the charts and stuff, but they didn't include any cards, which is a little disappointing with this, because I was excited as I was going through the cards. I wanted to see what the AI cards were, and there is no AI cards. Now there is, like I said, there's the regular charts and everything for the AI.
They flow pretty smoothly. It's one of the first games. Yeah, it's one of the first games that actually qualified if the card was like effective or not. Should you use it? Because like some of the early ones, it's like, can you play the event? Yes, you play the event. This was one of the first one where it says, does the event do this? And if it's no, then you move on to the other stuff. So they do. It was one of those. It was kind of one of the first games where they actually qualified the event for that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really
whether or not they were going to do it right. Yeah, I just thought. I thought you're going to reprint it, throw some AI cards in there, get the first edition people, and go, oh hey, I could get the new version. It's got the AI cards. So, but no, they didn't, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, it's probably still good without.
Yeah. Oh no, it does a great job with the bots.
And I know you like it so much, so I will show it to the peeps. Yeah. But of course, we're talking about the wonderful map art on this.
Like, I want to bring this one. Like, I'd love to.
Did they change it for this edition?
Nope. That all stayed the same, as far as I'm aware.
Did they get it right this time?
Get what right?
Was there mistakes on the first map? Wasn't there?
No. Nope.
Which one had mistakes on the map? The coin game had mistakes on the map. They've sent a sticker that you could stick on. Or am I getting completely confused?
That's a different one. No, that's a different one. Right. None of the coin games, as far as I know, had that. So, but
all right, sorry.
You can see coin games ain't my ting.
Yeah. It's so gorgeous. They did such
a great job. Even I admit that's a lovely map. Yes.
Yep.
Except for it's upside down.
Yeah. Just absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of got that old.
It's a nice looking map. It certainly is. I will
contemporary look to it, yeah.
It does have a nice look to it. And the cards are very nice as well. If you are not familiar with the look of the cards, they got these nice look of the
artwork and everything.
The art and everything is really nice. Good job on that. I mean, I'm glad I picked it up. I think as soon as you're just finished your game with Ruff, so I mean you could probably dump him and we could just pick this up then.
Shut up.
We
got a
can.
long
Well,
list.
here's the thing: we can do
Hold on,
other.
hold on. Nordic was saying
Oh.
coin. It stands. It's short. It's a constriction of counterinsurgency.
Yeah. So there's usually multiple factions. It's more. It's not. It's
Winning
not
the hearts
force
and
versus
minds of the
force.
people and all that. Yeah.
There's usually a political version, a political aspect to it, an economic aspect, and a something like this.
And no coins are involved.
That actually no coins are involved. Yes,
It's
that
just
is-
a.
I'm excited for this. I own 3 of these games, but I'm going to own 2 more of these shortly with Napoleonics and Pursuit of Glory coming
Yeah, we
next
got that.
month.
Yeah,
They're being shipped here.
and a couple of the others are on order. I wish we had that. What's the Barbarossa to
Berlin, yeah.
But yeah, that's just stuck at about 10.
Yeah, I'm even one of those 10. So
I want
feel
that
you,
game.
yeah.
That is
I feel you.
such a good game too. Barbarossa to Berlin is such a good game. If you enjoy Pursuit of Glory, Path of Glory, I think it even takes it up another notch because it's more war. Well, I would say Path of Glory is more what's the word I'm going to look for? More gamey. Like, oh, if I do this, then I can take this territory. Then I'll do this. It's kind of a gamey kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is more like war. Like you need to go conquer the other guy's capital.
No,
Okay.
I'm just waiting. One day.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think you can still get it for a pretty reasonable price out there for in the secondhand markets.
We'll see. Well, I got how many games I've got to talk about next week? 10.
You got a 10.
Yeah, plenty. I don't need any more. I don't know.
You don't need any more.
I don't need any more to be, sat on my shelf. But we are starting. If we're not playing,
You don't need any more. So Pacific Chase, nah, don't need it.
Yeah, I've got to get Atlantic Chase out again.
No, you can't. You got enough.
I've got enough. Yeah, but I'm saying at least I'm starting to play them. If not physically, I'm playing them virtually on
Yeah.
Vassal. So I'm doing something. So that's good.
You're getting more comfortable with Vassal 2, which is really
Yes,
really
just
makes
not
it
the
a lot easier.
dice, but actual the Vassal. I am getting a bit more. I'm not
I hate the
swearing as
dice
much.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but I'm
hate
not
the dice
swearing
too.
as much.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
even
we'll
know
have
when
to
I do something stupid, I even know now there's a rewind button, so I can bring it back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What we should do,
Right.
Ruff, is figure out how to set up cameras, or even like if we play Jester, set up cameras on dice trays, and we can have those up and actually roll real dice, because that's the only thing that I miss about. Yeah, the only thing I really miss when I play on Vassal is just rolling the dice. Moving the counters around. Yeah, I like doing that, but sometimes my fingers get like, if I get a good stack there, it's like, they fly everywhere. So they get tiddlywinks across the board.
I know, but
I have to bring up something here, and I know you two guys are not going to be happy about it, but I'm 9 out of 10 on my 10-game challenge.
That's
I posted this week.
Yeah.
How's a guy who's played 120 different games this year not complete his 10-game challenge? I don't know. That seems a little weird.
And you didn't even choose like heavy games either, if I remember right. They were all like, you could just sit down and do it.
Shiny. I'm sorry, it's me. It's shiny.
For me, it's not so much shiny. It's more along the lines of, I should do this, and then I have to do it. So, like, my goal right now is to like play all the games that I've been playing. I just got Ancient Civilizations of the Middle East.
Yes.
I'm like, I should play this game because I just got it.
Yeah.
I've got North Africa 41. I should play this.
Yeah.
So
You should. You absolutely should.
It's
And by the way, Ancient Civilizations of the Middle East
you enjoying that?
is a great game. It is a great game. That series is awesome. I highly recommend, if you can find either one, this or the Inner Sea, pick them up. It is a great game.
You and me, mate.
I'm actually looking at them too. Like, that's one of, like, watching you play, I'm like, oh, that'd be great to play. That'd be fun to play. So I'm definitely going to be down.
See, I've got to keep a few back for the sale.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That those might fit there. And actually, it's a multiplayer game. So guess what? The 3 of us could play those games. Like,
Good.
you know,
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm as you guys know, I've been working on, doing my lists every month. I do like a little review show and everything at the end of the month. And so my new challenge, right? Coming up, it's not going to be September and it won't be October because I'm going to be gone in September. I'm going to be gone in October, so it's not going to work. So November, I'm looking forward to November. We're going to try 30 different games, 30 new games in 30 days in November. So
Is that 30 Hex Encounter monster games?
no, it will not be 30 Hex Encounter monster games at all. It might be 30 ways to play solitaire. But it's not going to be 30 monster games.
I jest. But no, that'd be cool. Blimey, I don't know how you do it. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah.
Well, I completed the 31 and 31 in January, so
that
I
means
got
you're going to have
challenged
to
to
play.
do
If
it
you're doing
again.
November, you're going to have to play on Thanksgiving, which I don't think that's not too big of an issue.
No, because I mean, there's days that I miss, but
Yeah.
there's other days I
Oh,
play
you get to
twice.
do two. Yeah, you can play twice.
Right.
Yeah,
So I
true.
did Sentinels of the Multiverse, and what was the other game I played last night? I forget what the other game was. Now I have to
Here I
look.
was writing about essays about post-war Europe. Jester's
I played Castle Ravenloft, and then I played the Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Yeah, so here's Jester's playing D&D and multi-universe. Sentinels of the Multiverse, and I'm sitting here reading a book and writing an essay on post-war Europe. Yay.
Seems like a monumental test. I don't think so. I just think it is just set your mind to it. You guys can do it. And I'm trying to get other people to do it with me. So if you want to volunteer, let me know.
Oh, God, no. I already know that's a failure for me.
No, I can't do 10 games in a year. Get out of here.
I need to inspire you, I guess.
I am getting more inspired. I'm getting,
You are doing much more than you used to do.
And I'm enjoying it. And I want to get back on the table and do some videoing with some games. That's why I'm going to put the poll up soon. Then I've got to.
I teach modern American history, so basically from right after the Civil War up to modern day. By the way, that's the era I teach. So the master's program that I'm working this class, actually, it's interesting to see the connections that I'm making between what I teach and what I'm learning. So
you say from the American Civil War up to modern, but you've got nothing before that.
That goes before that. Yes.
Yeah, you've got nothing, no history before that.
Yeah, we do. This is the Civil War, not the Revolutionary War.
The Revolution was our history. Get out of here.
You're taking the Revolution. Oh, that leads me to say I accidentally left the poll up for a little bit longer.
Give me liberty or death, my friends.
I left the poll up a little bit longer than I planned to, and things changed.
Yes.
Men of Iron is the game we will be playing, and we're going to be playing from the Infidel module. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a switch.
Yep.
We'll be playing that. And as you quite rightly say, I've even got them out. Look.
Oh, he's actually reading the rules. All right. So now I feel like I'm going to have to. So.
Well, now I feel better because I voted for Men of
I've got
Iron.
them out.
I'm happy you guys are doing Men of Iron.
Yeah. So, well, I've got it. I haven't played anything out of that game, but I played the one from the C3I magazine. What was it?
Oh, Game of the W. I forget, didn't it?
Yeah, York something or another. I can never remember. But my buddy Ralph, who is actually the guy who's designing the next module, Henry V.
Oh, I could you name dropping again.
Yep, it's my channel. I can name drop all the hell I want. So
that's the other one I want to get on the GMT sale. Is the I always get the name wrong. Oh God, the Italian stuff.
Oh, Archivist.
That's it. I want to get that from the sale. Then I'll be up to date.
We're not quite
We
sure.
don't know yet because I've had a look through these and they're all pretty big.
Yeah, but they go quickly.
Yeah. I was thinking
Ross,
maybe.
extra
Why don't you
squeaky
get your
says what
son
you're
involved
for
with
is
this
Great
Oh,
American.
you're talking over each other again. So,
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Go ahead,
I was
Jester.
going to say, why don't you get your son involved with this project and say, hey, remember this game?
Yeah,
I'm going to be playing it with Tony. What battle do you think I should play? What do you think strategy wise I should do? See what he,
I will ask. But
when he
I'll
would
tell
just be like, don't bother me, Dad. Don't bother me.
No, don't bother me. I'm playing guitar and bass, and he's amazing. What, 15, and you hear him playing upstairs. You think, is that him playing? And I go up and go, hello. Do you want to go? Get out of here, Dad. I'm doing serious stuff here. But he's just like me at that age. I was exactly the same, locked in my room, playing music, playing, listening, playing. But who knows? Who knows?
Yes.
Is
Extra
this the one-
squeaky
I
says
know you can give it up. Your son is he's not coming around to wargaming.
He's a chip off the old block. He might do when he's my age, when he can't play anymore.
Yeah. when he realizes he's not going to be a multimillionaire being a rock star,
Yeah,
he's going to end up bald and
fat and yeah,
and lonely.
but happily married.
it was Wakefield was the title what I was looking
Wakefield,
for.
it was a
Yep,
W,
yep.
yes.
And I do like Extra Squeaky's title for our revolution.
Yes,
The Great
those
American
darn-
Insurrection.
Them
of
pesky chaps over across there.
It's a counterinsurgency.
Yep. Yeah, Archivist, great game. Yeah, I have
The
it.
other one I didn't get. I'm going to get that probably on the old sale.
Yeah, Alistair's got it. Guitar playing gets the girls. Wargaming.
Yeah, there was I think
No
there was
problem.
one lady at the con that Mike was showing us.
And that was
Yeah,
Kai.
that was Kai. That was Kai.
It was
Yeah,
Kai.
Kai Jensen. Yeah, yeah.
And it was
yeah.
Kai, yes.
Except for the whole burning the white thing. At White
Well, that's
House
why it's
County.
white.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
the only paint you can get. Quick, let's paint it. What do you want? Pink, yellow, green? No, we only got white. Okay, do it that one. No.
So hey, we're already an hour in, and we have yet to get to the topic. So before we get to our history today and Jester's game and me spending your money, we need to get. I want to kind of prep you for the topic. So the topic today is why we choose the eras or battles we play. So think about that. Don't put it in the chat now. So think about
Save it.
your
Save it.
battles. Save it. And we can go from there. So, but with that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead it over to Ruff,
Oh,
and he can tell us what happened in history today.
oh, excuse me. This day in history, 26th of August, 55 BC. Julius Caesar crossed the English Channel for his invasion of Britain. What a rotter. This was done more, I think, as a sort of ticking the box thing to make him look good at home, because the proper one, I think, happened with Claudius, didn't it? When they subdued us for 300 years. But anyway, 55 BC, Julius Caesar crossed the Channel. And we zip forward to 1346. The English, led by Edward III and his son Edward the Black Prince, won the Battle of Crécy against Philip the Sixth of France. Legend has it that it was at this battle, and I'm not sure if I agree with this, that the English first used the gesture of holding up two fingers as an insult, as this was how they held their new and far superior weapon, the longbow. Not sure about that, but that's what they say. But the Battle of Crécy, which incidentally is in this tripack, took place in northern France between a French army commanded by, as I said, King Philip VI and the English army led by King Edward III. The French attacked the English while they were traversing northern France during the 100 Years' War. This war originated because of English claims to the French throne, and it resulted in an English victory and heavy loss of life amongst the French. The English army had landed in the was now called the Cherbourg Peninsula on the 12th of July. It had, excuse me, it had burnt a path of destruction through some of the richest lands in France to within 2 miles, 3 kilometers of Paris, sacking many towns on the way. The English then marched north, hoping to link up with an allied Flemish army, which had invaded from Flanders. But unfortunately, hearing that the Flemish army had turned back and having temporarily outdistanced the pursuing French, Edward had his army prepare a defensive position on a hillside near Crécy-en-Ponthieu. I don't know if that's pronounced right. Late on 26th of August, the French army, which greatly outnumbered the English, attacked. Now, this place that Edward picked is the crunch of it, which is why they won the battle. They were heavily outnumbered. During a brief archery duel, a large force of French mercenary crossbowmen were routed by the Welsh and English longbowmen. The French then launched a series of cavalry charges by their mounted knights. They were disordered by their impromptu nature, by having to force their way through fleeing crossbowmen, by the muddy ground, by having to charge uphill, the battle's on a hill, and by pits dug by the English all the way round the hill, which sort of stopped the horses getting up there, greatly stopped them doing is what I'm trying to say. The attacks were further broken up also by effective fire from the English archers, which caused heavy casualties. By the time the French charges reached the English men of war, who had dismounted for the battle, they had lost much of their impetus. The ensuing hand-to-hand combat was described as murderous, without pity, cruel, and very horrible. The French charges continued late into the night, all with the same result: fierce fighting followed by a French retreat. The English, after that battle, then laid siege to the port of Calais. The battle crippled the French army's ability to relieve the siege. The town fell to the English the following year and remained under English rule, this is Calais, for more than 2 centuries, until 1558. Crécy established the effectiveness of the longbowman as the dominant weapon of the Western European battlefield. So, yeah, get your Men of Iron tri-pack. That's in there. And that hill is there. And they've got little pits around the hill and all that. 1775, the Rhode Island delegates pressed the Continental Congress for a creation of a continental navy to protect the colonies due to the harassment of shipping by the British tinkers. 1914, a couple of things happened in the First World War. The German colony of Togoland surrenders to French and British forces after a 20-day campaign. Togoland is the first German colony to fall to Allied hands in World War I. And on the same day, in 1914, during the retreat from Mons, the British Second Corps, commanded by General Sir Horace Smith-Dorrien, fights a vigorous, because it wasn't a great battle for us, fights a vigorous and successful defensive action at Le Cateau. Then fast forward, 1940, World War II, Chad becomes the first French colony to join the Allies under the administration of Félix Éboué, France's first black colonial governor. And then 1959, nothing to do with war, but it's so British, I've got to mention it. 1959, the British car manufacturers Austin and Morris launched a small family car called the Mini. Okay. I only told you to blow the bloody doors off. Yes, if you know what that film's from, there we are. And 2011, the death of John McAlsey, British Army soldier and leader of the SAS team that assaulted the Iranian embassy in London in May 1980 to end the Iranian embassy siege. I remember watching this live on the telly. Now, I don't know if you know this. The Italian Job, yes. Of course, Alistair would know. Michael Caine, yeah. It's all the Brits sort of going,
I saw that one. It's been a while. So
yeah. Anyway, this chap, John McKelsey, if you've ever played Call of Duty, he was the inspiration for Captain Price. So, God bless him. He was a character. Have a look on YouTube. John McKelsey left us in 2011 on this day. So that's it. That's the 26th of August. There we go.
Okay, I'm going to have to say something because I am honest. Jester, you're going to need to pick a new game.
Yeah, I just realized that. I'm like, I got my game up on my other screen, and it's all ready to go, and I got all the information, and then I'm like, oh, shit, I just showed Tony what's my...
I was going to be like, let me think.
I tell you what, it doesn't matter. It'll still take us 24 guesses.
So I'm currently scrambling to find something just as awesome.
I'll go ahead and do mine, so that way it gives you just a couple minutes for that one.
Lovely.
Our good friend, somebody who I enjoys games, Arben Madison, has done another solitaire game.
Oh, right.
It is, unfortunately, it's on White Dog Games, rough, so it's one of those things that, it is what it is. But you can play the entire war from 39 to 45, and it's the World War, so it's not just Europe or Asia, it's the entire world, in less than a 3-hour sitting.
How has he done that? That's impossible.
Oh, yeah, I know. It wouldn't be. I'd have to literally, it'd probably take me 8 hours, but that's beside. And smaller scenarios can be played in less time. You can fight epic carrier battles in the Pacific, hold your armies across Eastern Europe. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You can read that. So here is the map. And I'll tell you what, he does such a great job with his solo games.
Well, I tell you what, this will be a great thingy for my subject in a couple of weeks' time. So, which is, we'll talk about that later.
Yep. So it's a 17 by 22 color map, which is great. Small footprint. 20-page color rulebook. Only 176 double-sided counters, 5/8 inch. So they're the larger counters, which is nice. 39 to 43 scenarios, double-sided setup. The counter trait card, that's where you put stuff that you're not using at the time. And a double-sided event telegraph sheet. I have a feeling it's going to be similar to This is Thatcher's War, Don't Tread on Me, and the Napoleonic Wars, where there's an event where there's
he has a flavor. His games, I like his flavor, and I like the way that he's designed them.
Yeah. So here's the map. These are really cool looking items here. So they're really cool. And every time I've gotten one of his games, I've been impressed. It's 57 smackaroos, US. That's the box edition, and that includes shipping, by the way. But my thing, I will tell you, if you're expecting it next week, don't, because it's print on demand through through Blue Panther. But I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to this one. This is going on my list to eventually get, because it is solitaire, and everything he's done, I've enjoyed. So there it is. Global War, World War II, Worldwide, 1939, 1945, a solitaire board game by Arben Madison. There we go.
Nice. Yeah, I've just checked on Second Chance. Doesn't appear to be on there yet, because I don't think
it's brand new. It's pretty brand new about it.
It'll filter through. So,
yep. So,
yeah, Kaiser
All
Krieg.
right.
It's like Kaiser Krieg as well, isn't it? That sort of thing, which was another one.
Yes,
of his.
which that's what I need. Well, I want to get that one too.
That's the whole World War I, isn't it?
One, yeah, yep. So William Byrd, same thing here. That's what he was saying.
Looks like a good one. Yeah,
yep, for sure. So I hope I spent your money, and I hope I keep a business going and a designer designing. That's my goal in life, is to keep things going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that way you guys have to buy new stuff and you guys don't get your 10 games done. So, yeah.
Shiny.
So Jester,
I'm thinking of a game.
You're thinking of a game.
I got a good one. This is going to be awesome. It's going to take you 55, 60 guesses.
All right. So if you don't know what we're doing here, if this is your first time on the show, and I appreciate everybody coming out, Jester's got a game in mind, and me and Ruff have to guess it. Now, it is a war game. Yeah. So we usually call this 20 questions, but we've come to find out 20 may not be enough.
We just called it try and guess the game because
Yep.
it's like, yeah.
So go ahead and put as the number of
And
guesses you
just
think
so
it
you
will
know,
take.
I had an awesome one that was ruined, and I think that one even Ruff could have gotten. Don't you think, Tony?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Even if I saw it, I wouldn't have got it because.
Oh, thanks, Extra Squeaky. Real,
Thanks.
real confidence there. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Tony, it's your channel. If you want to go
Yes,
first, or
I'll
you
go
do
first.
decide.
You go
Yes.
first.
And I think we found a good couple starting questions. I think it really helps. You know, is it pre-1900?
Is it pre-1900? Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Okay,
Ooh.
that doesn't help. Other than it takes out all the World War I, World War II, anything modern. So
Yeah, but it doesn't help the sort of 7 Years' War or the first
Yeah.
World War,
Civil War,
American
yes.
Civil War,
Or
bloody American
Revolution, yeah.
Revolution,
Yeah.
you tinkers, and other things, and GBOH. Is it post? See if we can narrow this down.
Yeah.
Is it post 1700?
Post meaning
After
1700 and after, right?
1701 onwards, up to
1900.
1900. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I don't like the way
Right. So
he
it's not
said that.
GBOH.
Well, he said, "Oh yeah, so yeah, okay," because it could cross over between them. Okay, 1700, but okay. And
So now we say things like, I suppose, would he own this? I don't know. It doesn't sound like a game of that period. He's got a tremendous amount. Could be Napoleonic, could be American Civil War, could be American
Revolution. Yep.
100-Year War.
You guys are getting too smart at this. I'm going to have to start coming up with some rules, some regulations. Like each week, I'm going to throw a curveball in there, so you can't ask a certain question, or
That could be fun. That could be fun.
right? I know, right? Yeah, make it a little more challenging. You guys are getting too good.
It's challenging enough. I think I think Squeaky's got it. 88. Right. Anyway.
Yeah. So my turn. So does it take place on the North American continent?
Yes, it does, as a matter of fact.
Somebody gave me an idea. But
Wouldn't be that bloody game he keeps showing us.
that would be too easy.
Yeah, but is he double bluffing? Is he bluffing the bluff?
Yeah. I'm thinking something different, but
Let me ask, do you own this game, Jester?
Do I own this game? No, I do not own this game.
so that takes the
You think I was going to oh,
Yeah,
it's Liberty or death. Right. Good job, guys.
Because
all right,
the last thing we would have thought of was too obvious.
Yeah. Thanks, Edward. I appreciate your comment there. It only took 2 to 3 years to get smart.
Yeah, shut up.
Okay, on American. Yeah, so that means it's not a coin game because there are no other coin games on American soil. Okay. Let's see here. It's my turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I did. No, I did North America. You're next.
No, I did. Do you own it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. No. Okay. Next question is: did it occur before 1800?
Yes, it did occur before 1800.
So that's Revolution and 100 Years War, Napoleon. Some of the Napoleon stuff, French and Indian War.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just go for games now. Go for game companies now.
Okay. Who does that sort of stuff?
Pick the big 300-pound gorilla first.
Well, the big old... Is this a GMT game? You don't have to look, so it isn't.
It is a GMT game.
Oh, right.
Is it Wilderness War?
Is it Wilderness War? Yes, as a matter of fact, it was.
Thank you, Nordic.
Yes. Nordic, yes, great minds.
I was gonna share. Hang on.
You know what? Honestly, what gave me the hint? Guess what? One of the games is on the CD.
That's
Solar System.
I normally try to use one that I talked about earlier, right? And I was thinking,
there it is.
oh,
So you can
of
take the
these,
Mickey
they're not
when
going to
you don't get it,
remember that
yeah.
I chose Wilderness War, and I talked about it because I like to talk.
I
about it.
have ordered that because of that blooming pack.
Did you?
Yeah, on the P500.
That,
It'll be a while.
500.
Be a while.
I think
I think
okay,
it's
so
fine.
I honestly think these right here will help a lot of those
Reprints, yeah.
reprints.
Yeah, there's some.
I really do.
And there's some crazily non-solable games that are in that.
Friends.
7. Edward, it was 7.
7.
It's also got the the card driven mechanics and stuff.
Yep.
So I don't ever remember actually playing this game. I might have a long time ago. I don't know.
It's a little while. It's a little old, isn't it? One of the older games, I think, that's being reprinted. It's been out.
It's got that. I think it could be a great if they update it a little bit. Oh, look
All
at Tony.
right, all right. What year was it, Tone?
2001.
Yeah, it's quite an old game. Yeah.
Yeah, 2001. Yep.
2001. Yep. So this one's 22. This box is 22 years old.
Yeah, and we both had hair, Tony.
Yes. and I wasn't married either at that time, nor did I have kids. Although I will tell you, this is a used copy. So
Ah.
Yeah.
it's a topic I really enjoy because there's not much on it. Like it's something I like to learn about. So hey, speaking of stuff to like to learn about, why do we choose the error? What errors and why do we choose them or battles? So there we go. Oh, Patrick got it in 6. So
Yeah.
unfortunately.
No, nobody can beat Patrick. You know, we are not worthy.
Was it 6 or was it 7?
We did it in 7, I think.
We just did it in 7. Yep.
Well, you might have tied Patrick because I think it was 7 that Patrick got it in. I think I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video.
We
Yeah,
were close.
twice as well. So there we are.
Yep. So why do we choose?
Why would someone have put in Wilderness War out of the? I saw when he posted it. I'm like,
Yeah.
you haven't even asked questions. Why would you think that? I mean, the only two
I-
questions was between 1700 and 1900, and then he puts in Wilderness War. I'm like, shut up, jerk, shut up.
GMT, I think there's it's just I don't know.
Oh, the Bismarck goes to the bottom and it sleeps with
Oh,
the fishes.
nice.
Yay!
Well done.
All right.
Not
He
the
did the
not the
math.
loss of life, but the fact that the ship. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Now you go, oh yeah. It's like when you shoot down a plane if you're a pilot. You know, there's somebody in there. There's hundreds of men on the Bismarck. Anyway,
Take the cannoli. Yeah. It's a great line. Take the cannoli.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, but go ahead with your.
yeah. So, topic today is why do we choose the errors or the battles we play? So, what is it about these errors or battles that we play that we focus on? So, what is something? So, Jester, I know your favorite topic to play. I think it's one of two:
Yeah.
Stalingrad
Mm-hmm.
or Normandy. Am I correct?
Normandy, right?
Yeah.
And I love playing those two because of one reason: movies, Saving Private Ryan, and
Enemy at the Gates.
thank you.
Or-
Couldn't think
yeah.
of it for a second there. Enemy at the Gates. I love those two movies, and whenever I'm playing those topics, I always think about the movies. I think about the lines in the movies. It's like I'm reliving and replaying it myself. So that's the biggest. And even when I'm looking at like the naval stuff, right? I'm always thinking like the movie Pearl Harbor or the Midway movie and stuff. So I play these games to kind of play through the movies and kind of remember what was going on with the movies. And those are kind of my favorites because I love those movies. I love absolutely my number 2 movie of all time is U-571. So I love submarine games just because of that. I love submarine games because of that movie. I have no connection with submarines whatsoever other than that movie.
That's important to me when
Yep.
you ask me. Yeah.
Yep.
But also films. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so to give you an instance with that, or Jester, I was watching the show Combat today, which is 60s show, World War II. And every time I watch that, I want to break out like squad leader, well, not ATS, or like a squad driven game. Squad, I always want to pull something out after watching that. Because it's always, they have the platoon commander, lieutenant,
Why not break out combat? Exclamation mark.
That's the other one that, like, if I knew how to play it easy, I would probably want to do that. But I do love that. I agree with you, Jester. A lot of times it's the movie.
I think a lot of people choose their theme of what games they like based upon the movies or the stories or something that they've read that kind of gets them interested in that subject. So I think because I'm Saving Private Ryan got me interested in Normandy. Every time I play Normandy now, I like it. It doesn't matter the game. It's like, oh, this is really cool. I like this because I just have that connection. And then, second of all, because I've been there to Normandy. I went to Normandy. I got the pictures. I got.
I was just while he's doing that, Mike was telling me off the call new tone, but that's what us Brits do with names.
Yeah.
And the other one is Gary, Gaz. We got.
I got my
Gary,
Normandy sand right here from 2010 in my special Normandy jar. So this is how important it is to me, right? The wife went out and bought this nice jar to keep my Normandy sand in. Brought it all the way back, hauled sand all the way home.
Oh yeah, so Mike's saying his favorite war movie is Baker and Zulu, but I've never played a Zulu game yet. Oh, there's plenty of them out there that are really good.
Problem, Mike? Come on, Mike.
He's probably got them. Like seriously,
I'm waiting for the Worthington reprint of Zulu on the Ramparts.
That is such a good game. That is so much fun.
Yeah, but for me, I was going to say, for me, it was my father who was always into World War II, which is why I got all the books and all that sort of thing. Never got into the games, but the history of the World War II, model building, planes, like the old kits and things. So that's why I'm a World War II. And I think I like North Africa games. And that's due to a film called Ice Cold in Alex, which is an old British World War II film with I can't even remember the blooming name now, as the short hero and the evil the German spy in it that pretended he was South African or something, and in the end he was a German spy, and they were going to Alexander. So North Africa is it's called to me. And also the Western Front, because that's what my father was into, the European theatre rather than Anthony Quinn. Thank you. So I'm more into the sort of European theatre than the Russian theatre. So the Mediterranean and African and European theatre, which I think is called all the same, isn't it? Is my thing because of my father and because of films like A Bridge Too Far. Why I like naval battles is because of Hunt the Bismarck. So we do get ever so influenced by films. The Mighty Quinn, yeah. So yeah, that's why I tend to play World War II. And I like tactical stuff and naval stuff and air stuff because of the Battle of Britain film, which I saw as a kid. That really affected me. So that's why I love my love of planes. So yeah, I think outside influences are a big deal on what we play. However, because of what we watch on YouTube, we play things because for me, I'm influenced by, Ancients now, great battles of history, Men of Iron, and all that sort of thing, and ancient ships. That was another film. What's his name, with Russell Crowe in it? That influenced me heavily to get into
Gladiator?
sailing. Command.
Gladiator?
No, what, in the sea?
Oh, Master and Commander. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well, you said Romans, so I was like, yeah.
No, I was talking about, that's why, because again, it's all influence. It's all visual influence with me. Enemy at the Gates, great film. So yeah.
Oh, he was talking about the book though, so I'm kind of curious how it's definitely documentary motivated my choices.
World at War, again, a great series narrated by
the other thing that that kind of relates to me, and it also goes back to Normandy and Stalingrad. And if you think about this, you kind of see the similarities. I always like to play the underdogs. I always like to play the guys that don't have a chance, the guys that are probably going to lose, right?
Yeah, well, you don't.
And
like
that's another reason why I like Normandy and Stalingrad, because you have this impregnable fortress, you have this massive swarm, and you have no chance of survival. You have nothing. You got no way that you're going to win this battle, and somehow, some way, they were able to do it. So I think there's a lot of similarities between that and Stalingrad and Normandy. The fact that it's like, okay, we're going up against the giant here, the big bully. How are we going to do? We've got to walk ashore getting shot at, which is not going to be any fun. But yet we did it somehow, some way.
Yeah,
so,
and also with the Eastern Front, of course, with the Germans rolling in, the Germans just pulling back, losing hundreds of thousands of troops. But because it's such a huge country, all they did was pull back, and they're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then bang, off they go again. Yeah, it's the underdog waiting for the right moment to push back. Yeah. But yeah, there was another film that influenced me about the Normandy landings, and I can't remember. It's a black and white film. It's The Longest Day, of course. You've got The Longest Day, fantastic film, because you've got all sides of that. You've got the French, the Americans, the British. Another great film. So yeah.
Oh wow! Yeah,
there we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I would honestly.
What do you think, Tony? What is your opinion, Tony?
I saw Gettysburg, the movie Gettysburg, when I was in my early teens, and it got so bad. My parents bought me the VHS tapes, which was on 2 tapes because it's that freaking long, and I actually wore out a set of them because I watched them so.
Is that the film or the documentary?
The film, which is actually based off the book called Killer Angels by Michael Shara.
You see, you're lucky there. My ACW interest isn't.
Yeah.
I've got to work at it. Yeah, because it's not our history. So, English Civil War. Yeah,
What's interesting is Michael Shara also wrote a sports game that became a movie as well, For the Love of the Game. So, which is about a pitcher. So it was interesting that he wrote 2 different books, 2 totally different topics, and got it. But then we actually went, yeah. I appreciate that. I'll take that as a compliment.
He is.
But then my mom took me to Gettysburg for 3 days, and we climbed over hills. There are monuments in the middle of forests that you don't know about because it's where they fought at. They hit you all the big spots, like where Armistead fell and things like that.
Was it fought in woods and forests?
Yes,
just overgrown.
Woods, fields, rocky areas.
So when you stand by this monument in the forest, it happened in the forest. That's great. It's just not overgrown. That's good.
Yeah. So one of the things that they're trying to do over there, from what I've heard, they're trying to make it look like it did back in 1863. So they're doing a lot of tree removals and stuff like that. Unfortunately, they can't get rid of the McDonald's in the middle of the town. But,
they've taken a leaf out of our book. They just build car parks over our sort of historical monument.
We build McDonald's. You guys build car parts. Yeah.
So question,
Yeah.
Tony, is your interest in Gettysburg, and we know you're
Yeah.
a big Gettysburg guy, is it because of that?
Not-
Let's just say instead of giving you the Gettysburg VHS, what if
Yes.
they've given you a different one? Do you think you would have fallen in love with something else?
I think there's a different connection also because after we went to Gettysburg, we went through the cemetery. We didn't find anybody with my last name. And we visited my grandma again. So I was about 16, 17. And we found the genealogy report. And come to find out, it was my great grandfather actually fought at the Battle of Gettysburg. He was actually on the Battle of Little Round Top. He was so he had the 20th Maine, and he was in the 44th New York. So they were like, it was like 20th Maine. I think it's the 183rd Pennsylvania, and then it's the 44th New York. So he was in that right there. So every time I get a Gettysburg game, I immediately look for the 44th New York. Counter. I get bummed when they don't go down to the regiment and they just go with like the division or something because I don't get to play that. So, but
you got a little bit of history with it.
I have a connection.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah.
The connection. Yeah.
The only thing I've got, I think I've told the story before, is that's why I like the sort of European theatre and the early war as well, is that at Dunkirk, my grandfather was part of the BEF and was trying to be evacuated from Dunkirk, and they, all the little boats and things, and he was on a little boat, and he got a seat, and he had to he's sitting there thinking, oh God, I need the loo, so he's got up, need the toilet, got up, and of course somebody's got in his place as soon as he's got up, he did what he needed to do, came back, and this guy had been shot by an aircraft flying over. So that at the time, because I was very small when I heard about it, it didn't affect me that much. But over the years, as you think about it, it's like, wow, if that had happened, I probably wouldn't have been here. So if he had sat there and not gone to the loo, gone to the toilet, it was just that bloke in that chair that got shot. It wasn't anybody around him, and it was and he was gone, of course. But yeah, that was a big thing that stayed with me and has affected my sort of interest, if you like, in the history. The gaming came much later, as you know, but yeah, things like that, they affect you greatly. And your relative being in that war is going to make you interested in that war. So early war for me is interesting, especially the sort of Dunkirk, push and then push and pull out again, sort of thing. Yeah, crazy.
I think Theater Mike's got an interesting. For errors, I sought out the movies and books after playing games first, which I've kind of find myself doing that a little bit too as well. But I've also now gotten to the point where I'm reversing that because I want to learn more about the history before I play the game. It's taking a little bit longer to get some games to the table because of that.
Yeah, so that's me with ACW. I want to find out about it before I play it because I don't know what the hell's going on. So I need to know a bit about it before I start playing. I can put it in context when I'm playing this battle, for instance. But yeah, it takes time, and maybe hopefully one day we'll do it.
Yeah. So the one thing is, like, I've done this before where I found a game and I'm like, okay, I need to read about this. And it was actually the 14th. The book's called The 14th Colony. It was actually the Revolutionary Battle for Canada to try to make Canada the 14th colony to join the revolution. So I read all about that, and then I found the game, or I had the game, and then I played it. So I was actually able to kind of talk about the history of it as I was playing, which is what I really want to do when I do these games. Oh, and the Kensburn, the Civil War Kensburn documentary, it wasn't detailed, but it covered, it was really good. For freaking for 18, 20 hours. Yeah, I get that. So
I can't get that. I have to pay for it on the streaming services. I can't get that and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So growing up, that was one of the series I wanted, and it was always like $130, $140 for the entire like VHS tapes. And then and then finally it went on DVD, and it was like $40. So I finally have it on DVD, and now I can freaking stream it just about any time I want, depending on which service has got it at the time. But I still love to watch it because I still think it's very good. I try to force my students to watch it one time, and they don't do good on documentaries from Ken Burns.
Yeah, I've watched a few, but it tends to sort of focus on battles without any context of the whole thing. I want to know. I've got an idea how it started, of course, and all this, but I need to know the sort of build up and then the sort of historical battles, how they occurred, and Antietam is what? How do you pronounce it? The first one,
Antietam.
Great film with Morgan, my man Morgan Freeman, and what's his name in it? Because that was about the first Antietam with the black.
Oh, Glory.
Yeah, great film.
Yes, yeah, that was a great film.
Yeah.
Will for GM, GM for food actually says he can tell you how the Civil War ends if you ever want to figure that out.
I think also it's weird because I've seen a lot of these movies you talk about for Gettysburg and Civil War and stuff. I still have no interest in
and
no
you're
interest
American, and I can't understand that.
But I can watch. I can play a game called the Barracks Emperor, and it's a little card tricking game. And they start mentioning all these ancient leaders of Rome, and I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. And I started watching videos on it. I don't know what's
weird, isn't it?
Your interest. Why all of a sudden it like tickles something in your brain?
Exactly.
It's weird.
It's the right time, right moment. Something happens. Some chemical reaction happens. You play a game. You watch a film, and that's it.
But I've seen like I have no connection like you, Ruff. I've got no connection to the African campaign, but I love it somehow. Why? I have no idea.
I don't know why. And the other one that tickles my interest, I don't know why, is the Israeli-Arab wars. Why? I don't know. But it's just something I think, well, that's interesting. And hopefully get some few. Yeah, it's weird how things interest you. I think I must have seen a film or something.
Right. It was somewhere along the line, something. You read a book, an article, a magazine, something.
Watch a video, something. I can't remember.
Yeah, because it's
there was a film.
It's so different, so interesting. Just these little things like that just really get your brain engaged. Like when I watched U-7571, I was like, oh, it's cool. It's got submarines. Let's go watch it. We watched it. I was like, oh, I love this. This is so great.
For me, the obviously the submarine film is Das Boot. That's even made my son love that. So we've got to watch this, and he sat and watched it with me, and he thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did you have the dubbed version, or did you make him read?
I have to have the German version with the subtitles to get. You can't have the dubbed version. No.
Yeah, no. It does not. It doesn't fit.
It doesn't. You don't get that. Yeah.
Tempted to pre-order the BCS Arab-Israeli game.
Is there a BCS?
It's the new one. Yeah.
Ruff. You don't need anything.
No, I've got too much.
Got too much.
But I'm tempted. I wanted to try this BCS system. But it might be a good one to start. I don't know. What do you reckon? Oh, gold. It's probably very expensive. They're quite expensive, aren't they?
Here you go, Ruff. Here you go. Valley of Tears.
Stop it. Look, $120.
Normally $160. It's $40 off. And it's past its pre-order number already.
Yeah, but they're gonna. I've got to wait. I've got to wait till it comes over here because they're going to charge me $90 for shipping. The bastards.
So it's a huge map. It's 4 maps.
Because there's the SCS ones, the Yom Kippur, the Yom Kippur War, and all that sort of thing.
Yes. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1 mappers, 2 mappers, 1 3 mappers, and 1 all 4 maps, which is
that's good. As long as I got some 1, 2.
1,400 counters. Yep, 1,400 counters. I got you, Ruff. You got to get this. I know you.
I'm going to keep an eye on it and see when it comes over the second chance games. But yeah, I don't know why.
Be a good
I
one.
don't know. Yeah,
Yes, honestly,
I haven't tried any of them yet.
yes, it's a tricky system to learn, but it's
Aaron Core, they
this was
say,
only
is
one.
the
Yeah,
one. Aaron Core is the one to start with. But
and the
that's
counters are bigger too.
yes, it's a beginner's thing. It's for people with bad eyes.
I love that
And,
idea.
Well, you obviously live in England, so do you enjoy the gaming like the War of the Roses and like the Civil War battles from England?
Yeah.
You like that?
Well, I used to be a part of a English Civil War Society, not the Sealed Knot. It's called the English Civil War Society, which was a reenactment. So I did some reenactments of the English Civil War. I've always been interested in that, just because it's our Civil War, and we did it first. So and then the Americans went, let's try that. We'll have one of them, and. We had the War of the Roses, of course. That's not technically a civil war. People say it is. It's a sort of more sort of royalist, Dewberry Wass name. Yeah. The Plantagenets. So yeah, I do love our history. I do love our early history. We've got 2,000 odd years of it. So it's something to cherish. And unfortunately, like most things in the Western world, culture and history is being forgotten or rewritten or whatever. So we need to make sure we keep a hold of our fantastic histories of the countries of the world. So yeah, I've got a big fan of our history. Civil War is a thing for me. So the English Civil War is a good thing. Of course, you've got Cromwell, the film. That influenced me as well, watching that with Richard Harris and what's his name playing Charles. I can't remember his name. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Somebody will tell me. But yeah.
Born to be Wild. I was just watching Combat earlier today. It's kind of my father-in-law who grew up with like these shows introduced it to me, and I really enjoyed it. They're actually pretty good acting. Especially for the
so 60s. You did have a lot of that. We didn't have a lot of that. We had the films. We had we had a lot of films in the sort of 50s and 60s made, black and white films. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's also, unfortunately, that is now a nickname for certain body parts. Yes,
Alec Guinness.
Alec
Guinness. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
William Byrd wins. He got it first.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Extra squeaky was there.
We could always rely on.
Yeah,
on
I was like, just wait. The chat will get you.
Yeah, the quality of the chat. They know.
Yeah.
When I have a brain burp, they're there.
There are some smart characters there, for sure. For sure.
But yeah, no. So what's kind of interesting now is like I'm finding games on Odd Topics and playing those now because I don't know about them. That was my whole thing with Mrs. Thatcher's War. I did not know about the Falkland Islands. I knew of the Falkland Islands. I knew there was a conflict there, but I knew nothing about it.
Looked at it completely different because I watched it live on the telly, watching it. So it's a completely different experience for me. But you're quite right. Unfortunately, with this hobby, is that instead of focusing on what you know and love, other things pop up, and people play games, and you watch videos, and things happen. You go, oh no, and down that rabbit hole you go. This is what I love about this hobby is that you're learning. Might not be momentous amounts of knowledge, but you're learning all the time. Little weeny bits of information that sort of stack up over time, and it got me. The ancient stuff there, Roman stuff there, that's starting to mount up, and then we've got some American Civil War, a little bit there, but it all mounts up, and this is what I love about this hobby is that you're learning all the time, and unfortunately, costing you money all the time because that looks interesting. Let's get that guy. And now you show me this Arab Israeli BCS. Bloody shut up! Right. So.
Yeah, you got enough. Yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So here's a fun fact about Hogan's Heroes. The guy that played Colonel Klink was actually in a Nazi war camp. Was a prisoner of war in a Nazi war camp.
Really?
Yes, and that's the one reason why he made him. I think I heard that's why he made him so stupid, is because he had to, it was a way for him to. But yeah, he was actually in a prison of war camp with that. So I thought that was interesting. So,
Yeah, that was a great show as well.
yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was a good show. It was hilarious because it was based off of real. Well, yeah, it's funny, but it was based off of a real escape, that happened. So.
Yeah.
Talking about films that influenced you as well is why I love playing the game Escape from Colditz was the series.
Yeah.
Colditz, the British series Colditz. That was a great series. In the I think it might have been the 70s. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, after watching Patton, I want to play more North Africa than I ever have.
Patton?
Patton, the movie.
Oh,
Patton,
what a great film. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But try and watch Ice Cold in Alex. It's a great film. It's this medical van a medical truck that's trying to get across back to Alexandra, and it breaks down, and they pick up this South African Anthony Quinn, who's actually a German spy. Anyway, watch it. It's a good film. It's the first film, I believe, with product. What do they call it when
placement?
Product placement. Yeah. Carlsberg, and of course they get to Alexandria, and they all go and order an ice cold lager, a Carlsberg, and it's a Carlsberg in a Carlsberg, one of those glasses, and along the outside, and all cold, and they run their finger up it, Yeah,
they're like, it's like,
I think it's the first one with product placement in it.
It's like when I think of a game, I think of GMT.
Yeah.
do my little placements. Not sponsored by GMT, but I would love to be.
Well, we all need to be sponsored by them for sure.
Yes, Stalag 17. Yes, that was the film.
Yeah.
That had, what's his name? Robinson in it, didn't it? American actor.
Yeah, it's interesting because it sounds like a lot of them actually were in the concentration camps when they were during World War II. So it's kind of I would have to really look into that.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Got it.
William Holden. Yeah, not Robert Wilson. Yeah, William Holden. Yes, quite right. See, the chat again. Rescue me.
Yes. Ruff, you need the chat. You need the chat your entire life. You need this chat going with you as long through the entire life. So that way,
we need to put him off the sauce for a little while so he can think.
I tell you what, it's just gone down the wrong hole. Hold on.
I don't always war game, but when I do, yeah.
Right.
Do I need to dial what 999 for you? Is that your guys' emergency number? Is it 999?
Yes, it's better than 991, isn't it? Or 911.
911. 911 is ours. Yes.
Doesn't roll off the tongue. 999. 999.
Yeah. It's like
999 is your emergency number. Oh my
999.
God.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes sense. The same number 300 times in a row makes sense.
If you're dying, you don't want to go 9. Oh, 1. Oh. So no, you go 9, 9, 9. Yes, I'm thinking about many things, but yes, William Holden in Stalag. Yes, and that's another great film. Who the hell's Robert Clary?
And easy to find on a rotary phone.
Yeah. No,
who the hell has a rotary phone anymore?
I know. I remember them.
Yes.
What I would love to do is trap my kids in a room with a rotary phone and a TV with no remote on it to see what would happen.
Yeah, or give. Mind you, they're coming back. Give a youngster a vinyl.
Oh yeah, those are coming real big. Yeah,
they're coming back. My son's got lots of them.
Nice.
Yeah,
very popular again.
Yes, and apparently it's better materials now.
It's the warmth of the sound as well that you get from a vinyl.
Somebody's got a question.
Great Escape, wasn't it?
I think that was a Great Escape. Yeah.
Yeah, another good film.
Yeah. Except if you're German, do you need an ambulance?
Get out. Get into the bad joke. Bad joke.
Nope. I like that one. So we're good. We're good. Escape
999.
That's called child abuse. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Jeez.
Escape to
So-
Victory. Now, is that a good film or is that so bad it's good? That's Sylvester Stallone, isn't it?
Oh God,
That's
is that the
football.
one where
Pele.
they play football?
Pele.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're playing the proper name football, yes, because it's
Yeah.
a ball and you kick it with your foot.
I think they
There's
even call
actually,
it football in that movie.
if you go on YouTube and you can actually find some like fan made films or like what do you call it, low production studios,
Yeah,
and there's some actually some pretty decent
Yeah.
movies
There's
out
a fan-made
there
Star
that you
Trek
can
one,
watch
yeah.
still. You know, like short films, like maybe like a 15-20 minute film or something. I remember one where it was like Americans in Ardennes, and the guy gets shot and has to carry his buddy out. And he's like the only one that makes it back. And so everyone was questioning how, you know, he stayed alive and nobody else made it out.
Yeah. No, yeah, there's lots. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some Star Trek ones, some fan base sort of Star Trek things, and they're really good.
It's
it's interesting. I watched a movie. I had to watch a movie for my last class, and it was called The Beach, or On the Beach, and it was about what would happen, kind of what happened after a nuclear war, and like Australia was the only place that was left alive, and they ended up like getting killed and everything. So
you want to know what would happen in Australia after a nuclear war?
Oh, here he goes. You're
Oh,
getting
God.
that. No, get out of it.
There you go. Right here it is.
oh, and
This is what
Cthulhu rises as well. So it's
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Just-
what would
just
happen
trying-
right there if
yeah. Jester's trying to get the sponsorship deals here.
Dear, oh dear. But yeah, as we can see, films are a great influence in what we play. You know, we'll play even Von Ryan's Express.
Yeah.
You know, we watch that and go, "Oh, I've got to play a war game now." Yeah. So yeah, they are heavily influenced. More so, in my opinion, than books. I think the visual thing is more of a influence in what we do. A picture paints 1,000 words, as they say.
You know, I would honestly say a lot of times, like, so sometimes I get not in the mood to watch the gore or the, you know, the stuff that happens in these war movies because it really happens. But you give me a book that describes it, I have less problems with that. And so it's kind of interesting on something.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I love my books as well, as you know. That used to be full of books. That war history books. But yes,
Alistair, I was going to say, so what we had to do is kind of analyze it. And it was when this movie came out, it was the beginning of we should watch out for atomic. It was kind of like the negative stereotype. So up until this point, the scientists were viewed as rock stars. And this was the first time they put the scientist as a drunkard, you know, somebody not trustworthy, you know, just kind of like a miserable guy. It was Frank Sinatra too, who played the scientist. So
excuse me.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, I wanted to watch Master and Commander after playing Flying.
Oh,
Flying
I
Colors
watched
last
when
night.
I was watching you guys play it. I went
Yeah.
to YouTube, did a search, and watched some of the 3 or 4 minute clips of the movie.
Yep.
It is. I'm telling you guys, if you have not watched Master and Commander, you need to watch that movie. And there's a really good video. It's called How Realistic is Master and Commander? And it takes an actual naval historian and he analyzes the movie and he tells you that this is extremely accurate.
Yeah, it's and I've actually started reading the books too. Like and what's interesting about this whole series is they teach you about the naval stuff. So they teach you the names of the parts of the boat, the names of the sails and everything. So you're kind of going along with the doctor, like, because he doesn't know anything about getting it when he gets on the boat too. So you're kind of going along with him.
Right.
And so it's Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World. That's actually like the later on in the series. but they put a few scenes from earlier in the books into that, so it's pretty cool.
I
Excellent.
hope you're talking about Master and Commander. That's the
Yeah.
one that reinforces my love of
Man, that is such a good
sailing
movie.
naval games.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
And just think of this, right? You guys have like ship of the line. So you're talking each side of your ship has got what 36 cannons on each side.
Could be. Yeah. First rate.
And you're like literally 200 feet away from one another shooting these things. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being on a ship and having somebody broadside you?
Ooh. If you're interested in a book, there's a book. It's called Signal Victory. It's about the battle in Put-in Bay, which happened up here in Lake Erie during the War of 1812. And it is extremely detailed on what the fighting was like. And these are the smaller ships too. So they're not even the huge ships of the line.
Yeah,
they would be they would be the half-inch counters in flying.
And things.
Yeah. So
I think a lot of people lose touch with the fact that, because modern times you can kill somebody from 800 yards away with the snap of a finger or push of a button, right?
I watched the Black Sails. And I think I watched that bit where they come up and attack a ship, and they wish they hadn't, because this ship just turned around and fired.
Black Sails ship battle.
Yeah. And the thing was just blown apart. People were impaled by masts and things, and it was like gruesome.
And that's the thing is the cannonballs. What their job there was to just tear everything apart so that those pieces went flying into people. That's all it does.
And then when they actually shot at the rigging, they actually would put two cannonballs that had a chain.
Linked with the chain, right?
So it just it's like a saw going through. Yeah,
right.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check out that Black Sails. Thanks, Nordy.
Yeah, it's a pirate movie. It's a pirate series. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna watch it again. I'm just trying to find. There they are.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That's the cannonballs. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, at the beginning.
There's a bit of that, which is why I have to watch it when there's nobody about. So
yeah,
especially the wife.
Yeah. Don't watch it with the kids around though. Yeah. Jester doesn't have to. I'm the only one that really has to worry about that. So,
mind you, my son, we go, oh, what have you been watching? He says, blah blah. We go, what? You've been what?
Yeah, he
watches some stuff that as good parents maybe shouldn't do. But anyway,
here's something you guys would be interested in. So I have a new set of sophomores this year. So we're talking about history and modern American history. And they always list movies that they want to watch. I always hear Saving Private Ryan is always one that I have to say no because it's rated R. I can show PG-13.
It's a little bit the opening scenes especially,
Yeah. What's some of the other ones? Full Metal Jacket. I'm like, nope. I'm like, I have to tell them, guys, I don't want to lose my job. They want me to watch the new All Quiet on the Western Front. That's again rated R.
It's a great film, but
the original was just as good. I enjoyed the original one. I really did.
Original when it came. If you think back, that came out, and look at the time.
Yeah.
When it came out, that must have shocked the heck out of people when it came out.
So we're actually getting close to the end. I was a little nervous because we guested 7 guesses, and usually that takes a good 15, 20 minutes off the show. But
you guys are getting too quick. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get really tough next week.
Yeah. Look, Errol Flynn. Nope. Errol Flynn. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, exactly. There's no way I can play any of these movies, but as always, I do recommend some stuff for the kids, but I always CYA myself and I say, please ask your parents first, even though I know what they're watching because they tell me about the movies they're watching, and it's way worse than what I would show in school.
And on an unrelated note, when I, because I'm a vocal coach as well, and you get the kids come in and say, I'd like to learn this song. And I go, okay. And then I look up the lyrics and I think, and I print out the lyrics, and then I go back and the mother's there, and I do the lesson. I say, "Do you actually know what the words are in this song?" "No, it seems all right." And I go, "There we go." And they go, "No, you can't do that." So yeah, it's
yeah.
it's yeah, you've got to be so careful, with you
Right.
can't have kids blaring out certain phrases. It's so terrible.
Yeah.
I'd lose my job like you. I'd lose my job.
Yeah, I lose my job. So I always tell them I lose them. But the movies that they actually watch, a lot of them are really good and ones that I enjoy, and a lot of the ones we have talked about in this show.
The ones you want to show them are the British war films that us as British families used to watch on a Sunday afternoon films. That they're great, but they're not going to have any F-bombs or anything in them. So
well, it's
Right.
more of the violence that
yes,
the
all
swearing,
that
It's
violence.
more of the violence than anything. So. Somebody quick.
Yeah, if we run out of things to say, we just have to mention two things: either errata or DVG, and we're off.
Did you guys see? I know we got to finish off, but I'm kind of curious. Did you see the new Warfighter by DVG that's coming out? It's on
No.
Kickstarter right now.
Uh-uh.
Vietnam, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Vietnam. I probably wait till it comes out so that way it gets and then do it. So
It's yeah. I mean,
I'm not doing any more Kickstarters unless
I've got so.
I
much
would kickstart
stuff.
DVG if you paid me $1 million.
I did one because that was Robert E. Lee, Field Commander.
I've got this thing here. It's a MDF thing that's full of cards, and it's like this thing. And also, you can't see it. Oh, there's my Warfighter.
Every time he picks it up, I'm about ready to say something.
Yeah, and it's the Warfighter box down there. So I've got too much stuff. I've got enough stuff for that.
Yeah, it is kind of clip arty, isn't it? That cover. It's
It
kind of
is.
clip arty.
Yeah.
AIR.
Yeah. So
Damn, Buster, they've cut it out the movie now. They've cut it out. Because I watched it recently, and they just cut it out. It's gone.
You cut out the name of the dog?
Yeah, which begins with the word N.
Oh.
It's the N word, he called his dog, because it's a black dog. But it's
Yeah.
time. That's times, different times.
Well, I
different
mean,
families.
I mean, you go back and watch like some skit, like Saturday Night Live skits from like the 80s
my
and
God.
stuff, and they got swastikas when they're doing like a German reenactment thing.
Yeah, they-
One guy was walking around with
And
a
I
swastika
watched
on his arm.
I watched The French Connection again the other day, and that's got the N word. It's got the all the sort of naughty words for people of different countries in it as well. And it's the time.
Well,
Yeah,
it is.
it's things have changed.
Let's hope.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out. And Jester, it was fun to have you on when I got to host. So
Yeah,
that was different.
It
So
was good.
I'm definitely-
It was good.
usually it's just me and Ruff talking about banana sandwiches and apples and oranges. So it kind of worked out. But I do want to thank everybody for coming out.
Yes,
Jester
thanks.
and
Thanks for
Ruff,
sticking
that was
with
great.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Mike Berticelli.
I've
or
got to
Butter
thank
Jelly.
Mike. Yeah.
Thank you for showing us around the Concept World Expo. That actually goes through next weekend. It's actually a full week.
Really? Wow.
Yes. They start this Saturday, and I think it goes to next Sunday. Now,
Oh,
most
really?
people do it this weekend or next weekend. It's only like the diehards that are there in the middle.
It's the nerds that stay the whole week. Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
so-
me. That would be me. I'd stay the whole week. Yeah.
Yeah. So next week on ID Dester's channel, back on there.
It's back home, baby. It's back home.
And then the
Ruff-
week after that, anything can happen because old Ruff's
We
doing it.
probably won't be at a show that week because Ruff's running it.
Anything can happen.
So it'd be great. So Jester's topic is the top 10 war games in your collection that everyone should try at least once.
Yeah.
I like to try games at least 3 times before I hate on, but that's at least once.
Every game that you think
Yeah.
somebody should try and come up with a list of 10 of them. And
There's
it'll be
games on here
interesting
that I want to
see a
try.
list
And I
because
haven't tried them yet. Yeah.
is it focused on a certain subject? Is it focused on a certain topic? Do you want people to expand out and try many different kinds of games. Well, it'll be interesting to see what people have to say.
But there are games on the shelf that I really want to play, but I haven't played. So there's that as well. You know, there's just got to play it, and then Shiny.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, Ruff, what is your topic in 2 weeks?
My topic in 2 weeks will be playing games with a limited space.
Oh, small footprint games, things
Small
like that.
footprint games that I recommend, but you may have some others. So have a think about
Definitely.
small footprint, because not everybody's got. I mean, I'm lucky enough. Okay, it's a 3 foot by 6 foot table nearly, and I've got 2 of them. I know Jess has got a very limited amount of space, and a lot of peeps have. So yeah, we'll be
Good subject. Good subject. Yeah.
Yep. And to give you an idea of how small spaces people have you seen World War II solitaire wargaming? He just released a video.
Well, you know why? He lives in a van.
Down by the river. No, sorry.
He's in a camper. He's in a camper van.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's actually recording and showing stuff in a camper van. So
and that's the dinner table in a camper van. You know how small they are. Yeah, they're just silly.
So that's pretty cool. So definitely look forward to those topics coming up, and next week on Jesters, and then on to Ruff's channel. So thank everybody for coming out, and we'll see everybody later. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.